Hello there, genuine souls. So you're here because you've been randomly abandoned and ghosted by the person you perceived would never harm you, your twin soul. You're here because you've turned into a private detective, wondering why on earth, after everything was going so beautifully and it was evolving so well, that they have suddenly become vague and disappeared. Could it be a condition called Romantic Narcissistic Disorder? Over the last videos, I've given you coping strategies because you're going to need to cope from here on in. You'll be experiencing a number of different emotions. I've told you about the cycle and the traits of the romantic narcissist. Today we're going to talk about another coping strategy which I believe is very beneficial. How it works. It's called the rewind technique. It's also known as a fast phobia cure. It evolved from the technique developed by Richard Bandler, one of the co-founders of Neurologistics Programming, which is NLP. He called it the VK disassociation technique. The V stands for visual and the K stands for kinesthetic, feelings. The version recommended by the European Therapy Studies Institute has been refined and it's been streamlined. This is really helpful for genuine souls who have been abandoned. There's no other word for it. You've been completely abandoned. It blindsided you by your perceived twin soul. They've physically left you. It's a traumatic event because not only has the genuine soul been very suddenly abandoned, they're also seeped in love hormones. They're high on love hormones, they're addicted to love, and unfortunately it happens to be the romantic narcissist that's included in that. So from there, the genuine soul has developed PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. Now how this rewind technique works is the genuine soul is placed into a very relaxed state, like almost meditation. They relive the memory. Now each memory could be a different flashback. It could even be a memory of a beautiful thing that you did together, and every time you relive it in your mind it causes you panic attacks and stress because you were so happy back then and you can't understand why your perceived twin soul couldn't care less about it. A lot of genuine souls want these memories gone because there's nothing they can do. They can't bring back the romantic narcissist. So rather than cope, they like to just erase these awful memories. So what happens is you're sat nice and relaxed. You imagine that you're sat in front of a huge screen, like a television screen or a picture screen. You're in a chair. You then get out of the chair, almost like a ghost, and you stand to the side. You watch yourself watching the screen. It's like disassociation, it's called. Now on the screen you will see the memory that is causing you distress. You play the memory from the start to the finish. You have a remote control. You take the remote control, you begin to play the memory again. This time you fast forward it. It's funny, isn't it? It's like Charlie Chaplin film. You then rewind it back to the beginning again. You play it again. You then slow it right down. Then you speed it up really fast. Then you play it normally. Then you rewind, fast forward, slow it down, continue to play. Keep doing this the whole way through the memory. Do this with each memory. Do it as many times as is necessary, so eventually you don't feel intense agony and pain when you relive that memory. That's the rewind method. Simply described, the technique works by basically you sitting relaxed in a relaxed state, and you relive the flashback, echo, memory, whatever it is that is sort of replaying on your mind over and over again and causing you to be incredibly upset. Now what you can do, you can work through each echo or flashback one at a time. Then what you have to do is you have to shift that memory somehow. You have to make it inaudible. It's like scrambling it, really. Now this is achieved by enabling the memory to be shifted from the brain of the amygdala to the neurocortex. Now the amygdala's role is to alert you to danger and to stimulate you for flight or fight. That reaction, that's the panic attack, the adrenaline come rushing in. It's associated with like a threatening experience. It's passed on to the amygdala and formed into like a sensory memory. So every time you have these memories, you then really do start to get physical sensations that do occur to you. When an event appears life-threatening, however, there's a sudden information overload, and the sensory memories, they stay trapped in the amygdala instead of being passed through. It should go to the neurocortex. While trapped in the amygdala, the trauma memory has no identifiable meaning. It cannot be described, only re-experienced in some sensory form, such as, I say, your flashbacks, your bad memories, that sort of thing. So there you have it. I hope this technique helps you. I'm going to give you some links below. There's a guy called Michael Seeley. He does like hypnosis, that sort of thing, and I think you'll find him very, very beneficial. Your best days are yet to come.